Student brand managers act as foot soldiers of the brand within and around the collegiate bull ring. This not only means maximizing our exposure with the collegiate consumer on campus, but also off campus at popular off-premise accounts. As the eyes and ears of the brand in your bull ring, it is important to understand your off-premise Perfect Store standards in order to provide quality support to your sales team in the field. It is important that we strive to make every store a perfect store. This will ensure that we are maximizing Red Bull's potential of being purchased. Perfect Store standards also help us maintain consistency and a premium brand image in our accounts across the country and the globe. The Perfect Store Audit, or PSA, is Red Bull's method for tracking how Red Bull looks in-store. It measures in-store execution based on global Perfect Store standards. A high PSA score means that the account matches Red Bull's standards for success, which translates to greater sales. Q-pods are quality points of distribution throughout accounts. They are the locations in-store that are most likely to be shopped. In order to ensure high PSA scores, it is important to focus on gaining placements in these high-traffic areas. There are 4 main Q-pod placement priorities that contribute to a high PSA score. The main placement means a perfect cold shelf in small format stores or a perfect warm shelf in large format stores. Our perfect shelf standards allow us to allocate shelf space to ensure the freshest product is always on the shelf. A perfect shelf also has clear price communication and helps consumers differentiate between our different SKUs. Having additional warm placements throughout a store will help bring up your PSA score. Warm displays may either be temporary or permanent. Warm racks must be placed in high-traffic, high-visibility locations to increase availability throughout the store. There are 5 elements of a perfect warm rack. Warm racks should always have current functional Red Bull POS, premium materials, correct pricing, and be product-focused with the correct product mix. 94% of the time, shoppers purchase Red Bull to consume within 2 hours, which means that cold placements drive sales. There are 4 key elements to a perfect cooler. Perfect set, which means that SKUs are placed to shelving standards and none are damaged or out of stock. 1 piece of Red Bull functional POS messaging at a time. A visible price tag for every size. And cooler placement in areas with high foot traffic and visibility. Red Bull drinkers are often impulse buyers. For this reason, a perfect store also has cold cashier placements in the checkout lane. In order for any type of placement to be considered perfect, it must have price messaging. Pricing can be communicated with Red Bull functionality POS that includes price messaging, standard price messaging in stores that do not allow Red Bull messaging, and customized chain messaging for our large retailers, such as Walmart and 7-Eleven. It is important to ensure that all of your placements in bull ring accounts have premium, functional POS messaging whenever possible. Alert your sales rep if you ever see POS in store that does not look like Red Bull approved POS. Now that you understand our perfect store standards, here's the lowdown on getting started with your sales support. You'll have 3 main points of contact for this aspect of your job: your off-premise sales rep, your non-trad sales manager, and your FMS. Be sure to familiarize yourself with these contacts and establish a line of communication. You will need to be able to call your sales reps anytime you identify an opportunity in your bull ring. When collaborating with your sales team, be sure to keep your FMS in the loop. At the beginning of each semester, identify a minimum of 10 target accounts in your bull ring. These should be the 10 stores that are most frequently shopped by students at your school. Your target accounts can be top volume accounts, but can also be iconic bull ring hotspots that sell smaller volume. To establish a relationship with all of your off-premise accounts, you should walk the bull ring at least once a semester with your FMS and your local Red Bull sales rep. This will not only help you and your team identify opportunities, but will also give you face time with store managers, which will help you organically contribute to the upkeep of our image in these stores. You are the eyes and ears of Red Bull in your bull ring, so make sure to have regular communication with your local sales rep. If you go into an account and see that standards are not being met, reach out to your contacts and they will manage all discrepancies. It is important to leave this to your sales rep rather than trying to handle it yourself, so that we can maintain positive and credible relationships with our retailers. Nearly 1 out of 3 college students are energy drink consumers. By focusing on supporting sales in the collegiate bull ring, we can increase profitability by making the #1 energy drink available to this key demographic.